Sometimes I think, isn't it boring that cameras all look more or less the same? Then something like this comes along and my inner voice screams, no, no, please, please, put it back the way it was before. This is the Fuji FZ-3000 Zoom Date, alleged compact camera from around about 1991. With this camera you hold it like a pair of binoculars, except a pair of binoculars with the inconvenience eyepiece over, well, what is actually the wrong side. Most people are right-eyed, so this is for a left-eyed photographer. The camera has an optical viewfinder, and the image in the viewfinder changes as you zoom in and out. The autofocus is via the two little windows here, and of course it has a built-in flash. The maximum aperture of this camera, although you wouldn't know it from looking at the camera, is between f4.4 and f8.9 depending on the zoom. The camera operates off a 6-volt lithium battery which lives under this flap here. Operating the camera is quite straightforward. You turn it on and the shutter release is here. Because it's dark in here, it's going to use the flash. However, if I was out doing a landscape and it was fairly dark, I didn't want to use the flash for obvious reasons, then if I press this button, I can take the picture without the flash going off. The zoom has 3 preset stages. We have maximum zoom, 115, sort of midi, about 75 zoom, and then wide angle. If I don't want to use the presets, then I can use this toggle on the top. This screen at the bottom will allow me to put the date and the time in. That will be imprinted onto the film. I've also got a self timer. I've also got a macro, which is at the longest setting of the lens. And really that's about it. If I have a look inside, you can see where the DX code in film goes in there, and as I said, it spools it over to this side and then it winds it back into the camera as you take the pictures. This tiny little window here is for the date time imprinting onto the negative. And that's what happens to the film. It winds all the way to the end, then winds back 1 frame at a time. How would I describe this to use? It is not very compact. It is, well, in my opinion, ugly. It's also quite noisy. It's also quite slow. I'm not sure why anyone would want one of these. Now it's a novelty, but Fuji seemed to take it quite seriously at the time. I guess you can pick these up for about £15 to £20 should you want one. You can buy this one if you like. The Fuji FZ-3000 Zoom Date from about 1991.